In this video I'll be doing a review of an inexpensive electric HVLP sprayer by Teccpo, which at the moment is about £30 to buy on Amazon here in the UK. This is the only electric sprayer I've ever used. In the past, whenever I've wanted a spray finish, I've just used a spray can and I got really good results with those. So I'll be comparing the experience of using spray cans with using an electric sprayer like this one. First I'll talk about some of the features and what's included in the box. You get the main handle part of the body which has the motor in it. Then there's the front part with the nozzle that just pushes onto that and locks via this switch on top, which you can press to detach it. There are three nozzles included in the box, a 1.8mm, a 2.6mm and a 3mm, and those are fitted by adding this ring which controls the spray pattern, which I'll talk about shortly, and this screw-on cap which secures everything onto the front. There are three spray patterns which you can select by turning this ring. A horizontal pattern which is great for spraying in a vertical motion, a vertical pattern which is great for spraying in a horizontal motion, and a circular pattern if you want more of a direct spray. Maybe if you wanted to write your name in paint, for example. There's also a control wheel on the trigger which controls the flow rate. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. I just set it to roughly the middle and I've not run into any problems yet. There's also a 1300ml cup which screws onto the front part of the sprayer. One thing I was really disappointed by was that there's no second cup, which would have made this product so much more useful. And another thing that would have been really useful would have been a lid for the cup, allowing you to keep whatever finish you were using stored in the cup airtight so that you can come back to it and use it another time. Sure, there are other ways you can find to seal up the cup, but it's just frustrating. It would have been so useful just to have a simple plastic lid included in the box. And Teccpo don't provide an option of buying an additional cup or lid either, which means if you want a second cup you'll need to buy another sprayer. Big thumbs down for that. You also get a funnel which you can supposedly use to check the viscosity of the finish that you're using. According to the instructions, you're meant to pour your finish in there, and if it passes through in 100 seconds, then that means the consistency of the finish you're using is good. But there's no mention of how much finish you're meant to pour through the funnel, or when you should start the stopwatch, which in my opinion makes that process completely unfathomable. So I just kind of assessed the viscosity by eye, very unscientific, but I haven't had any issues with any finishes being too thick to spray yet. You also get a cleaning brush, which is a great addition and very useful, and it works well. Plus there's a manual and a 24-month warranty card. The build quality is pretty good for such a low price item. I think it's mainly plastic, but it doesn't feel too cheap. The nozzles are copper according to the information online, but they look more like brass to me. But anyway, that makes them hard wearing, which is great. The cable on the sprayer is a little bit on the short side, which is no surprise I guess at this price point, but I'd have preferred a longer cable. But yeah, if you don't abuse it too much, I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. Now on to how it is to use. I've mainly used it with water-based varnish so far, and it's been great for that. I watered it down by maybe 10% and then it looked thin enough to spray, and I used the smallest nozzle, which is the 1.8mm one, and it worked great. It left a really nice finish, and once denibbed it was really smooth with a nice even coverage. It's really important to keep a good distance from the workpiece. Around 30cm seems to be best. If you get any closer than that, the finish will kind of spatter on the surface and you'll need to wipe it off and start again. A 30cm distance is recommended for spray cans too, but I've found that you can get a little closer with those without messing it up, so I have to remember not to get so close when using the electric sprayer. The sprayer is a little noisy. It sounds a bit like a hairdryer, but a little bit louder. In fact, let's test that out. Hairdryer. Paint sprayer. Yeah, the paint sprayer is definitely louder than the hairdryer. You probably should wear ear defenders when using this. It's rated at about 95 decibels. I've not tried the spray gun out with paint yet, so let's try that now. I'm going to be using this cheap white emulsion as it's just what I had in the shed. I didn't bother straining the paint, but I did add a little water to get it to a thinner consistency, and I did a bit of sanding to the piece of plywood that I'm going to be spraying just to make sure it was smooth. First I tried the vertical spray pattern and that worked okay, but the spray pattern was wider than I expected, so I had to do a lot of passes to get an even coverage. So I decided to change to the circular pattern for the opposite side, and I actually preferred using that. It's pretty smooth, but I'm going to denib this and then give it another coat. I denibbed with 400 grit wet and dry. That's now super smooth, and I've got a white hand. And here I'm giving it a second coat. Here's how it turned out. I did have a bug land in it while the paint was drying, which explains this imperfection here. But aside from that, great finish, great coverage. Quite difficult to film this because it's pure white, but here's a close-up. Cleaning the sprayer is incredibly easy when using water-based finishes, so nothing to worry about there. I just dump everything in a sink full of warm soapy water, let it sit for a few minutes, and then I poke a few things with the cleaning brush, and that's all there is to it. I haven't tried it with oil-based finishes yet though, but I probably never will because I much prefer water-based finishes because they're just so easy to clean up. In terms of overspray, I definitely prefer to use the sprayer outside. I've only used it in the workshop once and I immediately regretted it. I was very surprised by the amount of overspray that this sprayer generates. Everything in my shop was coated in varnish dust, so in future I'm going to try and use it outdoors only. As I'm editing this video, I just thought I would interject to say that I realise I'm using the sprayer in the middle of my workshop and I'm obviously just covering everything in varnish. So that's not necessarily a fault of the sprayer itself, and there are obviously better ways of using a sprayer in a workshop environment. If you want to see a much better spraying setup in a small workshop environment, I'd recommend checking out Peter Millard's videos. He's got a series of videos actually about cheap sprayers, and I'll link to those videos in the description box below. Now back to the video. If you want to use this to spray walls, then you're probably going to need to cover the floor of the room that you're spraying. When you compare it with spray cans, the overspray is much worse. I use the cans inside the workshop quite frequently and they seem to spray much more directly without coating everything else around. Having said that, the fumes when using the electric sprayer smell much less toxic than those from a spray can, but I always wear a respirator regardless of whether I'm spraying with a can or the sprayer because they fill the air with particles and I don't want to be breathing that stuff in. So in conclusion, the sprayer works great. I think it represents really good value for money. In my opinion, it's only let down by the lack of availability of a second cup and a lid. Teccpo, if you're watching, please give us the option to buy a cup and a lid. I can live with the short cable, I just really want a cup and a lid. How does it compare with my usual method of spraying, which is using the spray cans? Well, I get a great finish with both the sprayer and a spray can, so finish quality is great with both, that's not an issue. The sprayer is much more suited for use spraying bigger items though, because of the bigger capacity of finish that it holds, and also the trigger, which is much more comfortable to use for longer periods of spraying. And as I mentioned earlier, the overspray from the sprayer is much worse than with a spray can. It really does go everywhere. So that concludes my thoughts on the Teccpo sprayer. I should say that it was sent to me for free by Teccpo, just to be upfront and honest, but I am under no obligation to review it. I only put this video together mainly because a number of people asked me about it and whether it was any good or not. Basically what happened was Teccpo wrote to me asking if I wanted to try out their drills and drivers. I get a lot of emails like that from various companies. But anyway, I said no thanks, but I wouldn't mind trying one of your sprayers, and they sent it to me and that was that. I haven't heard from them since. But Teccpo, if you're watching, thank you very much for sending it to me, and please let me buy another cup. That's it for this one. I hope you found this video useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more weekly woodworking videos. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so via Patreon, where you can receive early access to my videos, free project plans and cut lists, exclusive content, and a name credit at the end of my videos too. And there'll be a link to my Patreon page in the description box below. Thank you for watching.